Welcome back with another video on TryHackMe.com. This is Zahir Nazir and we are doing container hardening today, which is under container security module on DevSecOps path. Okay, so let's get into it. So in previous video we already done from task 1 to task 5. So in today's video we're gonna go with task 6, 7 and 8 hopefully. So let's see what we have here. Reviewing Docker images. Okay, reviewing Docker images is an extremely important habit to practice. You would be wary of running unknown code on your device, so why would you consider running it in a production environment? Of course, this is very true. Unfortunately, there are numerous examples of malicious Docker images causing havoc. For instance, in 2020, Palo Alto discovered crypto mining Docker images that were pulled and presumably run over 2 million times. Oh my god. Just a moment. Let's see what we have here. I mean, if 2 million Docker images, that means they would have done a lot of mining on top of it. So this is the actual article here. Attackers cryptojacking Docker images to mine for Monero. Monero is, I think, CPU based Bitcoin currency. So 2 million times, man. It is too much to consider here. And it was Azure ENQL. Wow. They created Azure ENQL. And it was deployed 2 million times. Oh my god. Alright. Excuse me. Coming back to the TryHackMe. Images on the Docker Hub often come with Docker files attached to a repository. For example, the Docker Hub displays the layers, therefore the command executed of the Docker file. So as you can see here, this is the Nginx latest. And once you click any one of it, you will see the packages that are there and any vulnerabilities that that are discovered. And also the layers, we have add file, which is this one, 31.41 MB, then the command bash, and then label maintainer, Nginx, Docker maintainer, and all other things. As you can see, the vulnerability, we don't have any high or medium vulnerability, but we have 4 low vulnerabilities with the packages that are here. Okay, so it's a really nice dashboard, kind of tells you all in the images itself on the Docker Hub. Awesome. But it is public, right? In the image above, but I think there is a private offering as well if you go with an upgrade. In the image above, we can see various layers of the image on the Docker Hub. These layers are the steps that are executed during the building process of the image. Additionally, open source code repositories for images on the Docker Hub will often be included, allowing you to review the entire Docker file. Awesome. So we can see here from Ubuntu 18.04, that means it will get the Docker from 18.04 here, label maintainer, and then add cmnatic, and then the website itself, this will be the label of it. And then it is running apt-get qq update, and then the Debian front end is non-interactive. Get via no install recommends, QQ install, OpenSSH server, apt util, sudo 1.8.21, Ubuntu 1, and we are creating the directories as such, and then we are echoing that the packages are installed. Let's put this user add on another layer for clarity. Run user add -m uogctf, and then we are running some kind of shell here. And then we are making a directory. We are echoing it, what we have done exactly here, chpassword. And then at the end, the last layer is about user to sudoers. So this is the line where you put the currently created user, which is uogctf, to be in the sudoers in the etc sudoers directory. Okay. In the image above, we can see the code for a Docker file. This allows us to audit the code and understand precisely what actions are being executed in the container. By analyzing the code, we can check for vulnerabilities or malicious actions, or maybe if we have a automated testing tool that could do it on behalf of us. Tools such as Dive allow you to reverse engineer Docker images by inspecting what is executed and changed at each layer of the image during the build process. This is a very nice tool to reverse engineer it. Okay, maybe in some room we'll be able to do it, but for now we're gonna go with complete. I understand how I can review both Docker files and Docker images. Complete me to proceed to the next. I understand it, but I didn't do any practice on top of it. So practical stuff should be there in this room, I think. Yeah, it is there on the end. All right, so compliance and benchmarking. Compliance and benchmarking play vital roles in security assets, let alone containers. Let us begin by explaining compliance. Compliance is the process of following regulations and standards such as NIST SP 800-190, a set of standards from National Institute of Standards and Technology. We call it NIST, that gives guidance and best practices on container security, compliance framework and description, and then the URL NIST SP 800-190. But you have seen this one before, I think, seen or heard ISO 27001. Okay, let's go back to the NIST one. This framework outlines the potential security concerns associated with the containers and provides recommendation for addressing these concerns. So this is the website. You can take a look. Let's take a look at that one as well. Let it load, we'll come back. Then we have ISO 27001. This framework is an international standard for information security. This standard guides implementing, maintaining, and improving an information security management system. So we can look at that after this row. Please note that we may have to adhere to additional frameworks relevant to your industry. For example, financial or medical regulation exists in all industries. For example, in the medical field, the HIPAA for handling medical data, but it is not related to container, right? Maybe if you're handling data on containers, then it is related to containers as well. Benchmarking, on the other hand, is a process used to see how well an organization is adhering to the best practices. Benchmarking allows an organization to see where they are following best practices well and where further improvements are needed. Benchmarking tool, description, URL. All right. We have CIS Docker benchmark. This tool can assess a container's compliance with CIS Docker benchmark framework. I never heard about this, but there you go, guys. OpenSCAP. This tool can assess a container's compliance with multiple frameworks, including CIS Docker benchmark and the NIST SP 800-190 and more. This looks amazing. Docker Scout. This tool is a cloud-based service provided by Docker itself that scans Docker images and libraries for vulnerabilities. This tool lists the vulnerability present and provides steps to resolve this. This is awesome. If Docker itself is providing some kind of service, this is awesome. Encore. This tool can assess a Docker's compliance with multiple frameworks, including CIS Docker benchmark. These kind of same, right? OpenSCAP and Anchor. Anchor may be okay. This is open one, and there is a repository on the GitHub itself. Then we have Grype. This is a tool I think we will use in the practical. This tool is a modern and fast vulnerability scanner for Docker images. Okay, so it is coming under the same parent directory, Anchor here and Anchor here as well. So both of these are coming from the Anchor. An example of using Docker Scout tool to analyze a Docker image has been provided in the terminal below. Please note this will need to be installed beforehand. You can read the Docker Scout documentation to learn more. Okay, so Docker Scout CVES local Nginx latest. This is what we are scanning it. Once it is scanning, then at the end package. Okay, so we have 0 critical, we have 1 high, 1 medium, and 3 low. With the libc. If you do a lot of pawning, then you would know that there are a lot of the vulnerability that are found in the glibc. Okay, let's move forward. We have like high, which is 7.8. That is it is high. CVE is 2023, and something is going on within the Ubuntu itself. And then we have medium CVE. Fixed version is not fixed at all. Okay. We are back to the answer the questions below. What is the name of the framework published by National Institute of Standard and Technology? For this answer, be sure to include the full name. Sure, we'll do that. I mean, this is the full name here. I hope so. All right. What is the name of the analysis tool provided by Docker? So it is Docker Scout. Docker Scout here. Awesome. So we are back to task 8, practical. Hopefully this will not take much time. We'll start the machine itself, deploy the, okay, let it load. Deploy the machine attached to this task by pressing the green start machine button. We already done so. The machine will start in split view. It's not showing up. We can press the blue show split view button at the top. Yeah, we are done so. Your task is to use Grype vulnerability scanner. That was the last one, which is modern vulnerability scanner tool for Dockers. But it is open source, I think, for Anchor. Vulnerability scanner on the machine to analyze some Docker images. Grype can be used to analyze Docker images and container file systems. You can refer to table below as a cheat sheet to answer the question in this task. Okay. Scanning a Docker image, scan a Docker image for vulnerabilities. So we'll do the Grype, image name, scope, all layers. Okay. Scanning an exported Docker, exported container file system. Scan an exported container file system, i.e. from Docker image save. Okay. Grype path to the image.tar. Okay. Okay, so we know that now. That for this room, you can safely ignore the unable to check for vulnerabilities, database update warning messages. All right. So the first question is, use Docker to list the running container on the system. What is the name of the container that is currently running? So our system is still loading. Let's wait for it to be loaded. And once it's loaded, we'll continue. All right, we're back. So our container is loaded. Use Docker to list the running container. So it is Docker PS. Name is this one, but it is very weird name. All right. Can I copy this one? Yes. All right. So I think this is the name. Okay. Docker PS. I did so. CouchDB, maybe. CouchDB. CouchDB. Yay. Okay. So that was the name, the last one here. Use Grype to analyze the structs to image that. What is the name of the library marked as critical? Okay. But where is the structs to image? Wait a moment. Alas, I don't see any image here. I can see that there is a tar root container tar. Okay, let's see what commands are available. So let's do that. I will just run the command grype. Image name is struts2 and scope is all dash layers. Let's see what happens here. Maybe it will download it first. Yeah, it is loading the image. I think the image is already there on the container, on the machine or the container itself. Now the image is loaded. It will scan. We'll wait for it. We will wait for it. Okay. So the answer to the next question, we need to run something on the container.tar. I think that this second command itself. Error failed to fetch the latest version. No problem. We'll ignore it as they told us here. Please note there will be a warning that unable to check for vulnerability database update or something. No problem. It is taking more time than necessary, I think, to do the needed tasks. We will wait for it. All right. Parsing image. Parsing started. Something is going on now. Okay, scanning for the vulnerabilities. Awesome. We don't have any critical until now. Oh, we have a critical as well. What is the name of the library marked as critical? Name of the library is this one. Structs2 core, I think. Let's copy this. Yeah, that was the case. Now let's go with the last task, which is to use the Grype to analyze the exported file. So this is the command, guys. So let's use that. I'll use Grype, and then the path is, it is already on the root, so I will just do the container.tar, and I think that's set. Okay, it is parsing the image because the container is already there. Should not take much time, hopefully. Yeah, it started already. Awesome. So what severity is the CVE 2003 48853. Okay, there are a lot of CVE. Getting it. This is the number we are looking for. All right, we get our error failed to fetch latest version error. Now it will do the actual thing. It takes a little bit of time, I think, because it is running on the container within a container, I think. There is a CVEs which is negligible. Okay. There are a lot of CVEs here. Let's see our progress now. Yeah, all right. So what is the severity, right? So it's critical. 45853, so it's critical. So we'll just mention critical. All right, congratulations, we have done it. So we completed our full module here, which was, I think, container security. And once we'll come back, we'll start the new module on the DevSecOps learning path. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions, please put it in the comments down below. And I will see you in the next video. So stay tuned. Bye-bye.